Hey, Jack Mavrick here to wish everyone a happy 4th. As America celebrates today the liberties we have living in the greatest country ever, I would like to talk about something to make you all think about what can be done and needs to be done to safeguard our freedoms and to improve upon the greatness that we have inherited. Because just as a frog that's placed in a pot of water that is gradually heated up doesn't realize it when he starts to boil to death, so too we Americans have been ever so slowly losing our liberties. And unless we wake up, one day we'll look around and see that we've lost it all. Because living in America today is a culture of corporate greed on one hand and apathy on the other. So that today we no longer have a government that is of, for, and by the people, but rather one that is of, for, and by the wealthy elite. Thomas Paine once wrote, "Those who expect to reap the blessings of freedom must, like men, undergo the fatigues of supporting it." I believe those words to mean more than fighting some war on some foreign soil to protect us from the enemies of democracy, but also to do the necessary labors to protect America from its enemies within. This is why I'm speaking with you today, and it is my intent to share my thoughts each week, for I can no longer remain apathetic in good conscience. I must do that which I can do, and in so doing, hope to inspire others out of their apathy to do whatever it is that they can do so that together we can undergo those fatigues necessary to support our blessings of liberty. But these are heady topics for other days. Today is a holiday, so in the spirit of celebration, I would like to propose a different national anthem. It's actually a rewrite of an oldie. I hope you don't mind, and bear with me. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plains. America, America, God had once shed his grace on thee, and had crowned his good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Second verse. Oh, beautiful for patriots' dream that sees beyond the years. Thine alabaster cities gleamed, now are dimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed your grace once more, and crown thy good with brotherhood from shore to gleaming shore. Because, to reiterate what I said earlier, we may be the greatest. Because without God, we are simply one nation under. Which brings me to our Pledge of Allegiance, submitted for your approval, a new, and I think improved, Pledge of Allegiance. It goes, I pledge allegiance to the people of these United States of America, and to the freedom for which we all stand as one nation under God, that shall be indivisible once there is liberty and justice for all. Because, to reiterate what I said earlier, we may be the best, but we're far from perfect. And we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, should never cease to strive toward that end. Thomas Paine also wrote, "When it can be said by any country in the world, my poor are happy, neither ignorance nor distress can be found among them. My jails are empty of prisoners, my streets of beggars, the aged are not in want, and the taxes are not oppressive. When these things can be said, then may that country boast its constitution and its government." As utopian as that sounds, I believe such a society is attainable in our lifetime. Maybe I am a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. If we as one people looking at the world as it is stop asking why and instead look at it as it could be and ask, well, why the hell not? Well, then, why the hell not? Well, one final thought before I bid you goodbye. If you don't know Jack, it's not that important. What is of eternal importance is whether you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. I'll leave you to digest these things until next week. Happy Independence Day. Goodbye.